Welcome everyone, and welcome to FOB Lake Fork FISHREP for the week ending of 31 May 2020. I'm going to go over the exact lures that I caught. Remember, I told you before, I'm not naming names of manufacturers. I'm not sponsored by anyone. So I'm going to show you pictures of it, and you're all big people, you can figure it out. But I had a great week fishing. Basically, my week started off the same as it did the week before. You know, chasing that shad, shallow water bite in the morning, and then moving either into the grass, some grass areas, or moving into the offshore area. Now, I will tell you, my offshore, I haven't spent as much time doing offshore bites because I just haven't had to. You know, I'm able to get some bites in the morning and then go work some grass that I like to work. It depending on what the clients like to fish with. I mean, I love to jig fish. I'd love to flip and pitch and work the grass with a worm, and I really like it. So we've been doing that, and we're catching fish. As a matter of fact, get to it this last part of the week, I'm seeing a lot of fish up shallow again. So, you know, a 6-pounder with 6-pound female with like three males near, I mean, rubbing up against her. I don't know what they were doing, but you know, I was, you know, pretty sure that the spawn is mostly over, but who knows. I do know at that point that the bluegill, the sunfish spawn, has peaked, I think, coming down, and I found large bass back on top of these, basically the bluegill beds that were still actively chasing these fish around. So that became a pattern in itself to try to find some of these bluegill beds and try to target them. So let me go with the lures I'll get going to fish around. So first, again, just that shallow water bite. It could be topless or not, but look, I got a shad color jerkbait. You know, throwing the walking baits in the shad color, so you can see which one that is. You know, look, if there is some grass nearby, even I still focus on more on the points, but there is some grass. You know, look, you can throw the hollow-bodied kind of popper frog, right, in the shad colors, and that's working as well. So once I get finished with that shallow bite, it's kind of dying down. And that happened to me later on in the week. Later in the week, the bite up shallow was kind of petering out. I was still getting some shad follow my lures back to the boat, so which suggested they were still trying to spawn with it, but not as many. And I think it is finally, you know, kind of dying off. I'm still seeing them flicking up in places. I just saw it today when I was out with someone. So it's still happening in some places. It's still not done completely, but you know, the vast majority of it is done. I say that because, look, if you want to go night fishing, you can get on www.foblakefork.com and talk to me, send me a message about doing some night fishing. I know out at nights and some of the lighted docks that I'm seeing, and there are just tons of baby shad around those lights now. So I know the shad's taking place. The fish are actually, you know, getting around those lights now, kind of eating up these baby shad. The baby shad have gotten large enough now; they're becoming a forage. And so, or they're large enough to attract the bluegill, and the bluegill become a forage, one of the two. So get out and do some of that. If you get a chance to do some night fishing, please contact me. Look, the other thing when I go offshore, so the other part is I'm going offshore, and I've you know, again, I've marked some trees. I've got some trees offshore, and man, I just turned into digging some of this fish out of there this week. It was really a chore. I got into some of them. It took a while to get them out of there. I got a bunch of lures in the bottom of my boat trying to figure out what's going on. But look, it kind of ended up being like this. So I'm throwing kind of an 8-inch burgundy reddish, you know, worms. The water is ultra clear right now, so this color seemed to work best for me in the clear water. I'm throwing a black and blue 3/4 ounce jig. I've thrown a bluegill colored jig as well. I didn't do as well on it. Maybe I wasn't in the right place, but I tend to throw both of them, you know, occasionally, and you know, I just switch one to the other. I kind of keep one jig rod all the time, and I basically, well, if I can't get on one, I'll throw it on the other, and I just untie and do another one and see what's going on. But the black and blue seems to be working. I'm not sure what the difference is. The color, you know, the water clarity is pretty clear. Maybe I think I've been noticing a lot of bluegill around a lot of these trees that I used to see a bunch of crappie on. I mean, I used to go out and kind of stop off, do some crappie fishing, eat some crappie for breakfast, you know, type stuff. But look, some of these places I've gone for the crappie, they've been chased off, and there's just a ton of bluegill there, so I'm not sure what's going on. So what am I doing when I go offshore? So look, I told you, I got the worms, I got the jigs. I have not been Carolina rigging. I know a lot of guys go out and do the Carolina rigging. It's great. I haven't been doing it because I haven't had to. So I'm throwing out a little deeper. I forgot to kind of mention the white swim bait. Now the white swim bait is actually working for me both shallow and in the trees that I'm throwing at. Now I have to say I'm a little sad this week. I lost a very valued member of my fishing team. It was a crankbait that I have thrown for a long time. It's a large profiled crankbait that basically has a barfish pattern on it. It dives down around 15 feet. I was working it in a tree that was in 20 feet of water and was about 3 to 4 feet from the surface. I was not throwing it, trying to crank it down through the tree. There were some large, my electrons were showing me some large returns in the top portion of the tree. So I took this larger profile. I was kind of working it through the trees that branch. I got hit, I got hammered by a huge fish. That huge fish came up twice. It showed it to myself. It was, if it wasn't the biggest fish I've ever caught, it was close to it. It was just big. I couldn't do anything about it. I'm on my crankbait rod, and I got, you know, low line on there, you know, that I can't really turn it, fight it. It gets down in the tree, and it broke me off. So I'd like to say thank you for all the service that crankbait gave me, and I thank goodness I pre-bought a couple of these years ago, and I still have one left, and I'm pretty happy. So that's what I'm doing. And, you know, I failed to mention a spinnerbait. You know, look, I'm still throwing spinnerbaits through these trees down low. A lot of these big fish are following these baits, so I haven't been throwing swim baits. I have a feeling of throwing some swim baits down through there. You know, you throw some swim baits through these trees, totally weedless. You can work them down through the trees. A lot of these larger fish are following the bait off the tree, and they're taking their time deciding whether they're going to hit it. So, and also I went out and did some evening fishing, top water. We caught some great fish. I had a client that went out, and he caught some fish separately. They had a follow boat, and they were catching them on some chatterbaits, and they were catching them on some other top water baits. So, man, what a great week! And I want to thank everyone out there who's given me the support to do kind of chase a dream that I have. You know, I took a little boy fishing this week who was 7, and after we finished our trip, he looked at his grandfather and he said, you know, when I grow up, I want to have a boat like this, and I want to fish like this. And it was a really great moment for me, because when I was younger and was standing on a dock at the end of Houston County Lake down by Houston, and I'd watch the bass fishermen going out in their boats, and I stood on the dock just fishing and fishing and fishing, doing the best I could no matter what the weather was, and I caught a lot of fish back then off that little dock. I still remember. And now I'm kind of living a small dream here. So I want to say thank you to everyone who's given me the support. Thank you who's ever given me the help for this. And I really look forward to earning your business. I want you to come out and stay at my property. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. 4.5 acres on the main lake. You know, you come here and there's no one else around. I'll say that, look, June is almost completely booked up. I've only got the week from 21st to 28th of June, but it's booked up already. So 21st to 28th, the only days available. If you want to come out and stay, please do. I look forward to it. Please visit my new website, www.foblakefork.com. It'll have links to all my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, and my YouTube. And look, you're looking at a person who's been on social media for like 1 month. So, okay, I'm doing the best I can with it. I'm going to keep doing this, and I hope you guys will give me some encouragement and give me some hints on if you want to see something different, let me know, and I'll do my best to encourage you to kind of include it in any type of the videos that I post. So, look, thank you very much from FOB Lake Fork. Come out here to the lake. It's beautiful fishing, and I really look forward for you to come out here and let me earn your business and your confidence out here on the lake. So, take care. Thank you.